Hello, we're having Speaker's Corner review warm up. Tomorrow we'll have Speaker's Corner review around about 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. tomorrow. And yeah, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put that in StreamYard now so that you can see that we have Speaker's Corner review. 8 p.m. Tomorrow on Sunday. So be there or be square. So I'll just get it ready so you know what's happening. So yeah, so come on, Speaker's Corner review tomorrow. And you'll enjoy. There we are. It's on StreamYard prepared, so you can go on YouTube and see that it's going to be going 8 p.m. Tomorrow. So it's exciting. So yeah, so it's created there. So we have Speaker's Corner review tomorrow. So we're having Speaker's Corner review warm up today. We had good lectures today with the college in Malawi. Put a link there if anybody wants to come on. So the link's there. I also put the link in private chat. So if anybody does want to come on, all our guests over the months have been respectful. So if you do come on, please be respectful. We're not into haranguing or bullying people. We like to talk to people with respect. So yeah, so so let's see what's been happening at Speaker's Corner and on the apologetic scene. Okay, this lady has been saying some amazing things about critiquing the Quran. So let's see what she has to say.
This time, Rusty.
Just a shout out to Speaker's Corner Revival, the YouTube channel, by the way.
One slot today, Georgie.
So here you have 30 qira'at. So you are saying, okay, I don't care about the Hamza. Okay, we can agree maybe. But now we have Aduri and Hafs. And what do we read here? You see, it's different letters, yeah? Come on, what?
This one is right.
So you're again going with the Hafs. Because this is what you remember, right?
Yeah.
So in theory,
You can't even read it. It doesn't make sense in Arabic.
yeah, Hasnan, and this is the translation. So the translation of Aduri would read, and we have enjoined on men beauty to his parents. Whatever beauty to his parents means.
What's
so,
46:15?
46:15, yes. So whereas Hafs reads, we have Sanan, so translation, and we have enjoined on men doing good to his parents.
That's amazing. She's got photographs of the manuscripts, and that is absolutely amazing.
But so you're going with Hafs, of course you will find Hafs in your Qira'ah, because this is Aduri, it's a different one. Let's check where we find Aduri. It's also chosen in the 12th century. It's one of the riwayats. This one goes back to Abu Amr, while Hafs goes back to Asim, as we know. But you said, okay, so here obviously we have qatala or qutila. It is a difference. It's the big difference between passive and active, right?
I don't know about Hafsa. I can do it here. On the camera. What do you want? Which one do you think is correct? Let me read it.
So now we have Firas asking one person. I don't know who's this. I think maybe Somali guy. I'm not sure.
So which one is correct? They're both fine.
They're both right.
What's the issue here? There is one letter. Yeah, I know. We're saying inside we already is the current import. And we were saying inside we already. What's the issue? That's what I'm asking. Other words. Yeah, but what's the issue with it?
Which one is the one in heaven?
What's the issue? This is what they do. This is what they do when you show them that there are different Qurans. What's the issue? The issue is the different. No, the different in meaning. No, it ain't just meaning. One says go to the shop, the other says go to the hospital. Just being silly. They're not different meanings. These different sentences. They don't. They don't face up to it. They're so brainwashed with this idea that there's only one Quran that when you show them, they go, well, what's the issue? And then if you show them the different Qurans, they'll say the one that they like is the Quran and the one they don't like is not the Quran. You know, they really are brainwashed with this. But the thing is, once you start to bring this to the younger ones, it does make them think. The older ones, they just dismiss it.
Heaven? Yes. Has this woman read this sentence today? What do you mean heaven?
Do you believe that you have?
Where is heaven in there? She just said which is heaven.
Which one is the Quran that you believe in?
Hold on. I want you to tell me what's the issue you're objecting to that line. Say a different spelling.
I'm just
a different spelling. It's not an issue. Look, if I say Malik or Malik, what's the difference? It's the same thing. If you don't speak Arabic, you can't teach these people. You're wasting your time.
Well, if you don't know Arabic, well, you don't know Greek, you don't know Hebrew, but you'd attack the Bible all day long. So you can't come with that argument.
So are you saying this is? So let's see.
What's the difference? I'm asking you.
No, this is difference, right? So here, this is different letters, right?
It's good that you listen to this and watch this because this is the kind of reaction you're going to get with any Muslim in the West.
Please explain to me what's the difference between Husn and Ihsan.
Well, that is what I ask you because
you don't know.
You people,
do you know what's the difference?
Okay, here it says doing good and here's beauty, right? So it's different.
What? Husn is beauty.
Yeah.
I don't know who translated that for you. You haven't
Can
heard
you
that line.
Can you hold this? Okay, we get to the.
Please read that line. And then
I know that people like.
I mean,
to,
you know better about me than this.
I know that people like
I don't want to be on the camera. That's why.
So now it's an argument
of
of authority.
I don't go on anybody's camera.
I know
I don't want to
people
join
like
hands.
to mess with their translations, right? This is not an issue.
You can translate.
So this lady's well armed, and that's what you need to be.
So can you please read close for me?
Go on then. What's the difference again?
الذين هم عباد الرحمن الذين هم عند الرحمن عباد الرحمن.
Okay. وجعل الملائكة الذين هم عباد الرحمن إناثا. وجعل الملائكة الذين هم عباد الرحمن إناثا.
Because they all are servants of God.
Going ad-free means the good stuff never stops. Ooh! For $5.99 a month, it's back-to-back. Grafting, connections, couplings, bombshells.
Sorry about this.
Skip straight to the good stuff. Stream ad-free with ITVX Premium.
We don't want to know about that.
We believe.
You cannot say they are with God.
Sorry?
They are all servants of God. عباد الرحمن. That's the correct.
Inasa is the same thing. The concept is about Inasa.
عباد الرحمن.
No, I know, but the concept we're talking
So
about.
one is who are slaves,
It's about
and the
Inasa.
Rawa
saying
is
that
in the
God has
present.
daughters.
So the different Qurans.
I'm trying to understand what is their objection.
So is it slaves or is it in the present? So you're going with the Hafs all the time, yeah?
No, I'll tell you why.
You're going with the Hafs all the time.
I'll tell you why. For example, this one Hum Ibad al-Rahman is mentioned many times in different verses. So here is never mentioned in different verses. So I will not agree with it.
That's a good one. But do you say this one is
So
not
that's what they
Quran then?
do. So that's what they do when you show them the difference of a Quran. They'll say, "I agree with that one, but this one is not the Quran." No, they're both Quran and they're both different. You saw there, the half says slave, the other one says in the presence. Those are two different, complete meanings. You can't twist it and say Malik, Malik, or whatever. No, these are two different, complete meanings, totally meanings. Okay, slave is not the same in the presence, and they just can't cope with it. They just can't deal with it, and this is what you're going to get when you're doing this.
It's wrong.
Have you got Hijab with that translation?
I have to bring it for you.
No, I don't want pictures. Have you got actual book?
I have to bring it next time.
Bring the book.
But you obviously see, it's a Qur'an chosen only very late in the 15th century, right?
So I'm supposed to accept it?
What do you say? No.
So she is got the history of the different readings and transmitters. This is amazing. So she's got all the information needed to refute any comeback. That's
So
brilliant.
if you tell me Qur'an was approved 14 centuries later, then I don't know what you're talking about.
Brother, you're saying that Quran go back to the Prophet, yeah?
Can you bring the actual book you were saying and then talk to me?
And the lady is conducting herself absolutely impeccably. She is gracious, she is patient, but she is on point. She is on point, and that's amazing. But she's conducting herself in a very gracious way. I worry for her safety because if she goes there, I don't know. I think she's based in Germany. She's been in Germany. I do worry for her because within a couple of weeks, the Muslims are going to get agitated with this because she's on point and she's absolutely burying the Quran right now.
Because pictures mean nothing.
So you the Qur'an, yeah, the Qur'an. You're saying they go back to the Quran.
They approve the Quran, yeah. But the word of that. I'll give you an example. There is a sheikh in Somalia. He can read the Quran in a different qira'at. The same sheikh. But that...
And fair play to the older Muslim guy and the younger guy. They might be disagreeing, but they seem to be quite respectful.
Quran, when you hear it, you might have said the word it's the same thing. If I say Maliki Yawmiddin or if I say Maliki Yawmiddin, I'm saying the same thing.
Yeah, but what about the end and abt?
Sorry?
We just
to see it. That's what I'm saying. I know about the Rahman. I know see the end of Rahman. Show me. But the essence of the sentence was they are saying that God has daughters. Right? But what Christians are doing, instead of actually focusing on what the subject is, they're like, this one line is wrong. But this one is slightly different.
I tell you what the subject is. The subject is just you claim that the Quran has not been changed, not one dot, not one letter, not one word. So I'm just.
Qira'at is different. We don't say.
What is the Qira'at? What is the Qira'at?
Not one dot.
Well, Mansour said it. Many. No, so okay, no, but I'm talking to a Muslim, right? Because I ask you what is the foundation of your faith. So you made the claim now. You made the claim now that what was? No, you made the claim that there are 10 qira'at approved by the Prophet, yeah. But you know what? The 7 qira'at, the first one chosen, they were only chosen in the 10th century, right? So they did not know the Prophet. Ibn Mujahid.
Okay, Ibn Mujahid chose them.
Ibn Mujahid chose them.
I don't go back to the Prophet.
Well, that's your claim.
I'm saying that you don't go back. That's what you claim, yes?
I'm saying the 10 qira'at.
Give me the reference for Ibn Mujahid choosing and the Prophet not choosing.
Okay, I will go to them.
Please tell
it's interesting.
me why the Prophet did not choose.
No.
It is interesting. Don't you find it interesting that Mansour and some of these major Islamic apologists are not debating her, are not challenging her? Because they don't want any information coming out, you see. So you got a few Muslims walking around who challenge you, but they're not the debaters. They're not the people that are trained in polemics to answer Christians. So the polemicists in the park are not from the Islamic side are not dealing with her. And the reason is they are scared of this kind of information getting out.
It was you made the no. You're using rhetorics, yeah? So
I'm saying the prophet, it goes back to the prophet. You're saying somebody else made a choice, not the prophet. Yes?
I'm saying the 10 qira'at that you refer to, first of all, we have to discuss which are the 10 qira'at. Most people would... Okay, I'm listening.
If you're saying it's not chosen by the prophet and someone else did it, tell me the reference to when someone else did it.
Okay, I will bring you the reference for Ibn Mujahid. You bring me the reference that put the prophet, and we're talking about qira'at. We're talking about qira'at. We're not.
She is well trained. No, Nazib is behind. He's a polemicist. He's listening in. I very much doubt he'll come in and challenge her. He just wants to hear what she's saying.
Talking about ahruf, okay?
When you do that,
but will you bring it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reference, I'll bring the reference. Wait for the whole book. For the Quran you talked about as well.
Yeah, okay, okay, all right. So, and I will also bring you the reference of Mansour and others claiming that no dot, no vowel. Yeah, I will bring you the reference.
Well, she's well trained. It's good. If you're going in the park, a speaker's corner, if you're going to make a claim, you better have some evidence to back it up. It's as simple as that. Because they're going to challenge you when you speaker's corner. So have something to back up what you're saying. She's backed up proper style. She's got everything factually worked out, what she's going to bring out and the evidence that she's going to bring. And that's what you need to do if you're at speaker's corner. You can't expect to make a claim and not be challenged. You will be challenged. And if you're challenged, have some information ready where you can back up your claim. Now, she has all the information ready. She's got pictures of the Quran, the different Qurans. She's got a list of the scholars on the Quran, the list of transmitters, scholars. She's got all that information there. And that is why Mansour and Nazim at the back of her there and Muslims are not who can debate are not going to come and debate her because they don't want this information to be revealed.
You ask me for a reference, yeah? Okay, where is my friend here? What's your question? I actually wanted to go to the loo, yeah? But tell me, what is your question?
Okay. The Bible you have today,
yeah,
you take it back to the time of Jesus. Will you recognize it?
Yes.
Will you recognize it? He never saw it. He never saw it. Prove it to me. You recognize Mark.
So
this guy,
earlier,
what do you discover?
This guy with the glasses, he's kind of like a bodyguard type guy. He goes around with some of the famous Muslim apologists and acts as a bodyguard. So this guy is not sincere at all.
But others.
Well, I'm asking you a question.
Cloud Coach has curated the design of an entire app.
He's doing that to waste her time. He's dealing with her to waste her time.
With references, decisions, and live deploys.
Yeah.
And you've got to, if you notice, he's going straight up to her and he's being quite aggressive. He is trying to take up her time so she doesn't talk to any other Muslim.
Bible you got today.
I think we had a discussion, another one, yeah?
Will you recognize it?
So he's going on the attack rather than dealing with the argument she's making, and that's what they do.
We will have another discussion another time. Obviously, Jesus did not write down the. For what?
You not answer my question.
What is your question?
My question is,
yeah,
the Bible you got today.
Yes.
Many different versions.
What different versions?
So notice, they're not dealing with the different Quran issue now. They're coming on the attack. You gotta watch out when you're a speaker's corner. You gotta watch out for time wasters. This guy's a time waster. He's a bodyguard of some of the bigger apologists. You know when Chris got punched, he was there, this guy. When the Muslims, one of the Muslim guys punched Chris, somewhere in the Muslim, somewhere in London, somewhere in the high street, Chris got punched, and there were a bunch of Muslims around, and one Muslim punched him. This guy was around with this one of the famous Muslims there, called Muslim Orthodox. So this guy is not sincere. He's come to waste their time, and if you notice, he's going on the attack. He's diverting away from the topic, and that's what they'll do. The Muslims, they will try to divert you from your question, and they'll say, "I have a question, answer it." No, deal with this question. Don't let them divert you. Okay.
Okay, and take it back to the.
What different versions of the Bible do we have?
Hold on. King James.
Yeah.
King James. So NIV, blah blah blah. If you take all them back to Jesus,
yeah,
the time of Jesus,
yeah,
then you recognize it.
So you're talking about translations, yeah? You're talking about translations. So, for example, brother, if I look at your Quran translations, for example,
why are you worried about my Quran?
Because I'm
asking you a question. You asking me.
So what is the question again?
Oh my.
So see how he's being disrespectful, he's being aggressive. This is all tactics to take her away from what she was doing.
My God, she's deaf, man. Allah says that we are deaf and blind.
No, I will answer your question.
My question is,
no, Jesus
my question is, the Bible you got in your hand.
Yes.
Take it back to the time of Jesus.
Yes.
And give it to him. Will he recognize it?
Yeah, brother, you are saying Quran and King James. Obviously, he will not recognize the King James.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I read my case.
Will you answer?
You ain't the right Bible.
So this silly argument.
Will you answer my question? Okay, I'm listening
What's your
to you.
question? What's your question? Go on.
Wait a second. So.
What's your question?
She's just tired of it.
Why are you thinking too hard?
No, so we were speaking about the translation. Yeah, we were speaking about translations. Yeah. So for example,
I'm not talking about translation.
You were speaking about translation.
Version.
What version? Right. You were talking about.
Have you got a question to me?
Yes.
What is your question?
So we were speaking about translations. Yeah. So for example, when I read the translation of Surah 5117, it says Tawah Faitani, right? So, but if I look up the translations, one of them says, caused me to die. The other one say, you took me up.
Okay, beautiful.
Why is it that they are the different translations?
My answer to your question is...
Yes, what is your answer?
Can you read Arabic?
What is your question? Yeah, I have an Arabic speaker here. Tawah Faitani, what does it mean? Let's look on Google, by the way. Let's look on Google.
Translation Google.
Yeah, Tawah Faitani, because I find oftentimes
5117.
5117. What I find oftentimes.
What does it mean?
It means cause me to die. 5117.
Let her read it. Who is he talking about?
See, this guy's come in and he's taking control of the situation. You don't let them take control. You shouldn't be allowed to take control. He's come. He thinks he's controlling the situation. The lady's doing it in a very nice, gracious
Jesus
way.
is talking
talking about?
It's talking about Jesus.
Well, according to Quran, he did.
Hi, hand. God bless you, Teddy. God bless you.
He didn't die as a miserable life like where you believe it.
Okay, brother, I know you only want to debate, not for the sake of debating.
It said, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the correct translation, right? Caused me to die.
What that say there? Read that woman. How do we? Can you read that letter?
Can you read it?
I'm asking you.
I have here.
You bring your argument. Read that for me, please.
My argument is that Muslims.
Okay, read that for me.
What does it matter?
I'm Arab. He's an Arab. Read that for me, please.
Okay, you can write.
No. Read that for me.
What does it matter?
He's trying to take control.
You see,
he's being aggressive.
You don't understand language.
Why do
I
don't
understand language?
Okay,
but you don't understand Greek. You don't understand Hebrew. So why are you attacking the Bible every week?
Brother,
can you?
I'm asking.
No.
What did you explain to me last time?
I'll give you all the references. You didn't check it.
For what? Look, I'm just asking.
No.
We were
ask me
talking
here.
about translations, King James and NIV and
What
stuff
does it
like
say?
that, right?
Yeah,
It
this
says
is- the guy's
Tawah
aggressive.
Faitani, right? It says Tawah
What does it
Faitani.
mean? What does,
So it means
no, what
cause
does it
me
mean
to
from there?
die.
What does
Cause
it mean?
me
Guy's aggressive, you know.
to die, right?
No. What does that mean?
You know, if a Christian talks to a Muslim woman like that, the Muslims will get angry, you know.
So let's ask an Arabic speaker, what does Tawah Faitani mean?
In the Quran, we have Dawah Faitani, and we also have Maut, Fa'amatu Allah. We have two.
Fair play to the guy in yellow because he is respectful.
So with Jesus, he always referred to wafat. He never used the word Maut. I can show you an example.
But if we translate that word to get today on Google, for example,
Google?
and with other Arabic speakers, it means to cause me to die.
You know, this Arabic and
Yeah.
this language Arabic
Yes?
is not equal. You know that?
It's not what?
It's not the same.
You know Maut. Maut is mean death.
Yeah, okay, but still, people use this word for the meaning of that.
Did God ever mention and say the word Maut on Jesus? He never said Maut. He said wafat.
Right, she's done well there. So we'll see what else we can find, and we'll do some study on various things. So she's done well there, but it just gives you. Let's see what this is about. This is a.
If you have brought an embarrassing hadith, well done. Give that man a round of applause. Questions of an ignorant person, or of one affecting to be ignorant, for he who finds in himself and the rest of animals a union of heat and cold, and of moisture and dryness, two opposites elements destroying each other when they meet together, and then sees that God has joined them together and forced them to be united. So his logic is this: human beings have liquid inside of them. Human beings have heat inside of them. Well, liquid, moisture, cancels out dryness, water cancels out heat, and yet we see all in nature these opposites. Do you see how medieval this logic is? It's like ultimately medieval kind of thinking. So his defense is that in nature we see opposites sitting together, so therefore we can trust that the fly has the cure and the disease. Now, funnily enough, from a biological point of view, from the fly's perspective, they're not wrong, because obviously flies aren't dropping dead because of the bacteria that's on them. But that doesn't mean that it transmits to us, which is what Mohammed thinks that it does, and that's the crux of the argument. He goes on and he states, he who has inspired the bee to construct a house of exquisite workmanship and to produce honey in it, and who has inspired the ant to earn its food by labor and to store it up for times of its need for it, is the one who has created the fly and giving it the right guidance so that it advances one wing and withholds the other one. He has intended it as a trial, which is the way of devotion, and as a test, which is the field of exercise for striving and devotion. So in other words, he's saying that the fly is guided by Allah to spread the disease and not the cure, and it is a test of your devotion to take that disease fly and dunk it in your drink and then chuck it away because you've got to put your trust in Allah. Are you sold? Is anyone up for me getting them a nice glass of warm milk and letting a housefly land in it and then just wringing that fly out in that milk, stirring it around, and then giving you the milk to drink? Anybody up for that? Of course not. You know why? Because you're not a medieval, you're not a dark age idiot.
Right, so this is a talk by Bob. It's crazy hadiths And if you study the hadiths, there are some many crazy stories of Muhammad in those hadiths. So, yeah. So if you do your research, you can find a lot of crazy stuff that you can always bring out to defend the faith at Speaker's Corner. So do your research, find out the crazy hadiths, and then go to Speaker's Corner and bring them up. Lots of material there for you to study. What else is that? So there was this one. We'll do a little bit of studying in a minute. So. Shout out to Revival, Speaker's Corner Revival. So
The Torah is in the Quran. How many Muslims did you ask? Show us where in the Quran. How many Muslims did you ask? Ask Ali. How many Muslims did you ask? Ask Ali. How many Muslims did you ask? Ask Ali. How many Muslims did you ask? Brothers. The question is, it's not, no, it's all right, it's okay. Muslims. Wait. Muhammad,
if you are going to, you made an accusation. If
I never made accusation.
You said I made it up. Yes?
I'm never.
Did you say I made it up? But now when the cameras are here, you don't want to admit to your accusation. Did you or did you not accuse me of making it up?
According to
did you or did you not accuse me of making it up?
Can I answer your question?
It's a very simple.
Can I answer your question?
Very simple.
Let me answer your question.
With a yes or no.
Let me answer your question.
You were very quick to say yes.
Let me answer your question.
You were very quick to say yes.
Let me answer your question.
Answer the
which, according to you,
did you?
According to Mohammed,
did you accuse me of making that up?
Last week you told me that the.
Did you accuse me?
Last week you told me the Torah is in the Quran.
Yes.
And I am asking all the respected Muslims here. Which Muslim believe that the Torah is in the Quran?
I do.
Come and show us. Come and show us. Come and show us. Come.
You accuse me? No. Okay, yeah. So here's the thing. Yes.
This man made. I love you, brother, but don't give which Muslim believe that the Torah is in the Quran? No. This is the question.
You will never.
Don't give us commentary. We are not here for commentary. Give us the Torah. The saying of the Torah in the Quran. We are not interested in commentary. Give us.
You will never address my accusation, will you?
Islam. Mohammed,
why would you not
back it up? Back it up. Just don't give me commentary.
You made
back it up. Where the Torah? Do you know what the Torah is?
Back it up.
For you to say the Torah. The Torah is a law.
Back it up.
The Torah is a.
So the Christian guy, a couple of things about that. Number one, the Muslims are very emotional and dramatic people very often, some of these Arab countries. So when you're a Speaker's Corner, sometimes it's good to be kind of dramatic because the Muslims can relate to that. So he's being kind of creative, dramatic. So like sometimes when I've gone to debate, I'll go, so where is the evidence? And be creative like that. So that's what he's doing. And obviously the Muslims are finding that quite attractive. They want to hear. But on an intellectual level, this Christian guy is doing something very, very wise. He's saying basically, okay, you're talking about the corruption of the Torah, but is the Torah in the Quran? And if they say yeah, then he's going to ask, well, what's the chain of narration for that, for the actual Torah? Where is the Torah now? So if the Torah is in the Quran and you don't know where the Torah is, well, that is kind of like crazy, isn't it? I mean, just doesn't make sense. So he's pushing them on the back foot. Yemeni doesn't know how to really deal with it, which is interesting because he's quite a learned chap on these topics, but yet he can't really deal with this.
The laws and the teaching of the Old Testament.
Prove your accusation.
It is the foundation of the scriptures.
Prove your accusation that I made it up.
So JC's trying to calm him down, but he's doing all right.
No,
Did I make it up? Just
you made it up.
okay. Finally, it only took me.
You made it. You said the Torah is in the Quran. Show us the Torah for him.
If I made it up, why is it in the hadith from Muslim Ahmed?
You mentioned the Quran.
Why is it?
Put the hadith somewhere and let's stick to the Quran.
We are
Your reference is the Quran.
believe in the Quran and Sunnah. So why is it in Muslim Ahmed what I have said? Why is it in Muslim Ahmed? Allah, the Prophet ﷺ says that Allah has given me in place of the Torah a sab'at Dawah, and He gave me in place of
the reference you quoted is not hadith. You said the Quran. Give us the Quran. We are discussing Quran. It's not hiding in hadith. You see, the reference you made was not hadith. It's the Quran.
You don't know.
The question I am asking so sad. Which Muslim believe the Torah is in the Quran?
As for hadith, you're mistaken.
We are talking about. This is not what he said. It's on the record. We can play back to you right now for you to see what he said.
So again, Allah, the Prophet ﷺ said, Allah has given me in place of the Torah a sab'at Dawah. He has given me in place of the Zabur and Mi'in. He has given me.
Yeah, but where is it? That's the point. What he's saying. If it's in the Quran, where is it? That's what he's saying.
Place of the Injil, Al-Mathani, and he preferred me with Al-Mufassal. That's the hadith.
Mohammed.
So
Mohammed,
you know this hadith.
the question is so start.
You don't
Show us in the Quran where the Torah is in the Quran.
I already told you where it is. I already told you what it is. Where it is.
So now you are changing the position, right?
No, I told you where it is.
All right. So let's go into a little bit of a study, and we'll come back to that in a bit. So I want to just talk about the historical reliability of the Gospels. So we're going to use this book here. So we're going to just look at this book, some of the thoughts on this book. I'll give you page numbers, and you can get this book. So I've watched one debate with Sam Shimon and a Muslim guy, which was interesting. It was good. I've not seen the Trent Horn debate. So here is the book, The Historical Reliability of the Gospels. We're going to just look at that book a little bit, look at some of the issues. I don't agree with everything Blomberg says, but I'm going to pick up a few things. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, I want to just talk about memorization from this book. Okay, so we're just going to look at the issue of memorization. In 1959, Professor Harold Reisenfeld, this is page 55, by the way, I don't agree with everything in Blomberg's book, but it's a helpful book. You can get some good material from it. So we're just going to look at page 55. In 1959, Professor Harold Reisenfeld of Uppsala published a seminal article, The Gospel Tradition and Its Beginning. In it, he argued that the appropriate analogy for understanding the history of oral tradition behind the Gospels was not the relatively fluid process of transmitting popular folk tales, as the form critics had assumed, but the much more rigid pattern of memorization and paraphrase dominant in rabbinic circles in the centuries immediately following the birth of Christianity. According to Reisenfeld, Jesus probably had his disciples memorize his more significant teachings and perhaps even certain narratives about what he did. Thus, there is a very reason to believe that they were reliably preserved. So, Professor Reisenfeld is saying that the rabbis of the time of Jesus, they got their students to memorize everything, to memorize the teaching. Now, what you need to understand is a lot of scholarship from like 1870s right up to 1950s, from about 1870 to 1950, a lot of biblical scholarship, believe it or not, was influenced by the Scandinavians. The Scandinavian scholars, they said that we need to study the Nordic Viking culture and look at their mythologies. And so what they did, they imposed this Viking scholarship of their stories, and they imposed it on biblical scholarship. And what they weren't doing is they were not looking at the Gospels in the first century Judaism, but imposing the Viking scholarship about myths, of Viking myths, onto biblical scholarship. And so what this guy has done, what this guy was doing, Professor Reisenfeld, was saying we need to get back to first century Judaism. And if we do, we find out the rabbis actually memorized things. So the Gospels would have been written by people who had memorized Jesus' teaching, or had got people who had memorized it. Reisenfeld's student, Birger Gerhardsson, developed the ideas into a full-length technical monograph, Memory and Manuscript, Oral Tradition, Written Transmission in Rabbinic Judaism and Early Christianity in 1961. In addition to documenting how widespread and prodigious the practice of memorization was in ancient rabbinic circles, many rabbis had the entire Old Testament and much of the oral law committed to memory. Wow. Gerhardsson also developed the idea that Jesus' 12 disciples formed an authoritative circle of leadership that carefully safeguarded the traditions and prevented them from the inevitable distortion to which indiscriminate use would have led. Paul especially points to the existence of such a circle when he speaks of delivering and receiving tradition handed down to him. 1 Corinthians 11:23, 1 Corinthians 15:3. Employing language also used by the rabbis to refer to the transmission of their teachings. Reaction to Reisenfeld and Gerhardsson was largely negative, as a reaction to wholesale challenges to the status quo often is. But their critics had some legitimate questions. Was not Jesus sufficiently different from other Jewish teachers so as to make any hypothesis based on the assumption that he taught just like the other rabbis rather dubious? So they had questions. Gerhardsson has remained undaunted in the face of his critics and has explained and refined his position. But it is a German scholar, Rainer Reisener, in his doctoral dissertation at Tübingen, who advanced the discussion initiated by in Uppsala to promising new level. So what that is saying is that when people say, when Rudolf Bultmann So I'll show you this guy. Show you Rudolf Bultmann. This guy here. This is Rudolf Bultmann. You could not get a PhD in the 1950s and 60s unless you had bowed the knee to Rudolf Bultmann and the form critics, who Bultmann was the leader. And the form critics and Bultmann, they said that there's nothing in the Gospels that's Jewish, it's all Greek. And he was heavily influenced by these Scandinavian scholars who were all into this, studying the Vikings and mythology, and then using those intellectual tools onto biblical studies. So this theology, this idea of form criticism by Bultmann and others that they got from the Scandinavian scholars, basically was saying, if you read the Gospels, there's nothing in it at all that is Jewish. It's all Greek stuff. So what they said is the Gospels were not written in the 1st century. They were in the 2nd century, and they were just edited by various different groups over many years. But the scholarship that we just looked at debunks that, because it's saying no, that if you go back to early Judaism, 1st century Judaism, the Gospels are rooted in 1st century Judaism, and the rabbis memorized got their students to memorize teaching. So it's highly likely that Jesus' disciples were taught to memorize his teaching. So the Gospels were not created over 200 years, but were written by people who had memorized it and who knew Jesus, or knew people who knew Jesus. So Mark knew Peter, who knew Jesus. Matthew knew Jesus. John knew Jesus. So the Bultmann paradigm has collapsed. It has collapsed in the academic world, although they still use these tools. So that's just a little bit of an education for you on that topic. Okay, so let's go back to see what... Oh, this is going to be... Okay, so we'll go to this. 9, nice to see you. Han, nice to see you. If you get a chance, check out the study I did on being a pastor. I think you'll enjoy it.
It hasn't started, but the work already has. HubSpot. First in the office. Again.
Oh, it's not very good.
Yeah, but for us, our God is also Father. So if you don't believe your God is Father, then is a different God. Then you are in a completely different religion. We are in a different setup.
I am a religion of Abraham and Moses and Jacob and Solomon. They all believe not in 3-in-1 God, but one God.
If you get into the Quran and the religion of Abraham, it's historically it came 600 years after Jesus. So even the manuscript.
Because that's how God sent him afterwards, being the final prophet.
So yeah, if something comes up 600 years later and says he's not crucified, why would I believe that?
So when Jesus came, many years after Moses, let me respond.
For me, the only problem.
May I respond to that?
The guy, the Christian guy, I think, with the blue eye, he's quite intelligent and confident.
Someone when someone caricatures, for example, for 600 years, all the apostles gave their lives, like sacrificed their martyrdom, all suffered, and they all believed Jesus was crucified. They saw his tomb empty.
They didn't all believe that.
Everyone believed.
History says otherwise. Do you know history?
I know.
I can tell you.
I don't know about your imaginary history. Do you know real history? Do you know historical consensus? Like he was crucified under Pontius Pilate.
Rumor. It's a rumor. You know what a rumor is?
98% of historians are not true. Then
98% historians do not believe Jesus was resurrected. 100% didn't believe.
They don't.
Let's make this number up. The majority of historians
because
do not believe in resurrection.
Again, why are you shifting? I didn't get to the resurrection.
No, but the majority believe that the disciples believed he rose from the dead. So you don't get out of that one, man. So.
I'm talking about crucifixion.
It hurts, right?
Crucifixion.
Was resurrection a historical event?
Yes.
Why don't these students believe in it then?
Yeah, because
Mansour is equivocated. He's got to the resurrection when the chap's talking about the crucifixion. So he's dishonest there.
Science wants evidences, because without the evidence they won't believe.
Evidence for it.
Yeah,
well done, Let me shake your hands. No evidence for resurrection.
Don't need to caricature and got your point. No, you're just making up.
Let's come back. You said.
There is evidence for the resurrection. Eyewitness accounts. The Gospels are eyewitness.
No. Let's finish with this.
You made a statement.
No. Why don't you want let's just.
So did you notice that the guy brought in the contention about the crucifixion? The Muslim goes on the attack, talks about the resurrection. And now the Muslim guy's taking control. This is what you're not got to let them do. You're not got to let them take control. Keep them on point. You're talking on the crucifixion, keep them on the point.
Evidence for the resurrection. Correct yourself. There is evidence for the resurrection.
Yeah, there is resurrection. There is evidence for the resurrection. JC saying, well done.
Witnesses accounts. You said.
I mean,
why am I going to believe in?
I understand.
That came 600 years later. So when Jesus came,
wait,
I am responding. Joshua,
you just made a big point.
You can't just make a statement and not let people respond to it.
Scientists don't believe in resurrection because they don't have camera evidences. So that's
you have camera for crucifixion.
But it's an historical fact recorded in a
was resurrection not recorded as well?
What about the moon splitting? Was that recorded?
Was resurrection not recorded as well?
Yes, it's recorded in the Bible.
Why don't they believe in it?
Go ask them. I don't.
I know. I'll tell you. I have asked them.
So what is?
The Muslim guy is out of his. The Christian guy is out of his depth here. He should have done a bit more reading on the defense of the resurrection. He's not sure of himself. So Mansour, knowing that he's got him cornered, was going to keep bashing him on that.
Do you want to know why?
I want to know why. Can you want to know why? Let him respond.
Okay, this is becoming.
I want.
Notice the Muslims are taking over.
This is becoming like you're in your box and you're creating stuff. Let me tell you. For example,
and you are thinking outside the box.
Can you think outside the box?
Okay. Jesus died and was crucified. Crucifixion is an historical fact.
There is no evidence. This is your claim. If I ask you for proof, you will fail to provide an evidence.
Okay.
Your claim.
You got Josephus mentions the crucifixion. You got Tacitus mentions the crucifixion. Phallos mentions the darkness. Suetonius mentions it. That's enough. I mean. And then you got the four Gospels, so you've got multiple attestation, you've got enemy attestation. When it comes to historical evidence, that is like absolutely slam dunk. So Mansour's not got a. I like to stand on the Christian guy. He's an intelligent guy, but he lacks study. He should have studied this a bit more before he entered the arena.
Look, just claiming doesn't make it true. Do you agree?
just wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying Jesus being crucified is an historical fact,
No,
not
claim,
just biblical
claim,
fact.
it's a claim.
No, it's not a claim, it's a fact. If you want,
do you have evidence?
please go and check history.
No, you tell us. You are making a
Yeah.
claim. Can you give us evidence? You will fail to provide a single contemporary evidence who saw
Yeah,
Jesus
for example,
Christ.
Tacitus,
Can I finish?
Josephus, like they're all
Not contemporary, not eyewitness, not eyewitness. What are you talking about? So let me ask you again.
What eyewitness? But
it's interesting, new scholarship on Josephus that's come out. I'll show you this book, which you might find interesting. You can get it for free, I think, now, because they allow you to get it. Yeah, you can get this for free. You can still get it PDF. It's a brilliant book. It's absolutely brilliant, this book. It'll blow your mind. It'll absolutely blow your mind, this book. This is a book by T.C. Schmidt. You can get it free, PDF here. Someone paid that you could have it for free. It's Josephus and Jesus, New Evidence for the One Called Christ. What Schmidt does, he investigates Josephus' connections, and it's interesting that Josephus had connections of people who were at the trial of Jesus. So Josephus is actually basing his thinking and statements about Jesus based on eyewitness material. Ooh, woo, powerful! If you're an apologist at Speaker's Corner, if you're an apologist at Speaker's Corner, you really need to be reading. You really need to read this book, because it will give you a ton of ammunition to defend the crucifixion of Jesus. It really will. It's a very, very powerful book, and you can get it for free. Look, you can get it for free there. Someone paid for people to get it free. So if you press there, so I pressed there. So I pressed it there. So very, very powerful book. So actually, Josephus used eyewitness people who was actually at the trial of Jesus. That is an amazing scholarship, absolutely amazing scholarship. So I'll put a link there. You can get a link there. There's the link. It's there, and I'll put yeah, I've got my copy. So I'll put the name of the book. You can get a free PDF. Someone paid for people to have the book for free, so you need to get the book, read it. You're going to be blessed by it if you're an apologist. You're doing apologetics. There's the book. Absolute dynamite. This will blow Muslims away. If you go to Speaker's Corner and debate on the crucifixion of Jesus, and you've read this book, you are properly armored. I mean, I'm telling you, you're going to be armored to the tilt, because this book is absolute dynamite. It's dynamite. It's absolutely blown the academic world's mind what this guy has written. So yeah, so I've got the book for free here. So I've just downloaded it. You can download it. Okay, so all right, so we're going to finish now. This was just a warm up. So we'll do Speaker's Corner review tomorrow, right about 8 p.m. So come tomorrow, 8 p.m. If you want to do some study, check out my video that I did. Just sorting that out. Well, I've just got the book for free here, so you can get the book for free. But I've read the book, and it's a brilliant book. So if you want to do some study, I did a video for 2 hours on being a pastor. If you really want to know about leadership, and if you're an apologist, you want to know about leadership, have a look at that 2 hours study. I did it yesterday evening. And also I did a study on regeneration. It's really solidly biblical stuff. Have a look at that if you want to study some stuff really deep in the scripture. I also did a lecture today. I do it 4 times for the Malawi campuses. We have 5 campuses. My wife does a lecture and I do 4 lectures, but it's the same topic. So I also did a lecture on the Holy Spirit. Just pick one of the classes and listen to that if you want. So yeah, so there's a lot of material there to build you up. I do this for Nine and Han and a few others, Teddy, who come on. I try to do the biblical teaching because I know that you appreciate it. So I did that. I did the pastoral study, the teaching about being a pastor for you guys, and also the teaching on regeneration. So yeah, so I'm going to be at church tomorrow in the morning. I'll probably do Speaker's Corner review at 8. And I'll probably do a Bible study before Speaker's Corner review. Yeah, so look out for that. So take care, Nine. Take care, Han. Take care, everybody. Teddy and anybody else who's come on. God bless you. And see you tomorrow. And have a lovely evening and a good Sunday. God bless you. Take care.